Hi Pisces, Love from a Leo here, and today we are going to get straight into your July reading. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to be just recording bi-weekly videos or just one video for like the full month, but you guys just let me know what you like. I guess that's how I'm going to figure it out. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Nonetheless, let's see what's been new. Things have been going pretty crazy, but like not in a bad way. It's just been a lot of energy, a lot of fast moving energy for me. I don't know about you guys. Okay, but we're just gonna see what. Oh, we got the Lovers here, or at least the Two of Cups. So it's like harmonious energy. We have the Two of Pentacles here, so maybe you're trying to figure out what's going on with that situation. And then we also have the Lovers card in reverse that popped out as well. So a lot of you guys are going through a lot of I guess love and emotions. But and then we have the Seven of Swords in reverse here, so could be some sneaky business. Let's just see. Yep, Seven of Swords and Five of Wands. So actually some of you guys could be getting over some of those type of things because they're actually in reverse. Okay, either that or they're super duper duper heightened and you need to figure out how to get out of that. But nonetheless, we are going to see what I can give for you guys so you guys can see what you need to do. Alrighty, Pisces. Alright, so we already have the first card for Pisces. So this is what you guys were just dealing with, or at least what the issue at hand was. And it could be going still, and it could have been something that's already been stopped. So we're just going to see what that is. So first we have I'm sorry you guys, the Knave of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is someone who is probably moving too fast, and they may be doing things out of instead of planning it out, they could just be doing it out of a reaction. Like instead of making a choice or a decision, they're doing things based off of reacting from something else. Does that make sense? So in other words, this could be someone who is using emotional feelings to decide logical things. And when you do that, most of the time it ends up wrong because you cannot be emotional with logical things, as well as, and vice versa. You can't be logical about emotional things. It just won't mix because it's not the same thing. So this is a person who could be making haphazard decisions, gambling with money, not necessarily in that sense, but just gambling with things and resources and trust and faith, and just in all types of ways you're just not really paying attention to what you should be paying attention to. Again, this may not be you. This is usually a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So some of you may have been dealing with a fire sign. And then the Seven of Swords again is here, pops up. And so this is, to me, when I see this card, this is about deception. This is about sneakiness, but almost like under the radar, like almost like you didn't even notice that this was happening. And so when this happens, it kind of catches you off guard, and usually the results of you figuring out what actually was going on come to you after a lot of events have already occurred. So this is like stirring the pot for a long time, and then one of those times, one of these I guess just previously it just happened for you, start to really see what was going on, or at least their plan fell apart. Something happened to where you could kind of see more and have more clarity on the situation with them being deceiving, or with that energy. We also have the Devil card here. So this is the Capricorn card. So some of you may have been dealing with Capricorn energy, or you or a person was a Capricorn around you. Nonetheless, this is upright. So this is let's see. This is lust. This is things that we want and desire, but it doesn't feed our soul, so to speak. It can in certain ways, but when you indulge in these things, or you become obsessed with these things, they start to become addictions or vices, or just things that you could live without, because they start to cause more problems than anything once you keep trying to chase the cycle. So I do think that whatever this fire sign was doing that had to do with deception, I think it started off good, because I think it started off in pure just wanting and desire for something, but then it started to pick up into an obsession. And so it starts to become something that isn't really benefiting both partners, or it isn't benefiting everyone or the greater good, so to speak. Okay, so that's what you guys were dealing with, and we're going to look into the present and see what you guys are dealing with now. What is the energy looking like right now? And something fell out. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay. Pisces. Okay. I'm excited because I feel like you guys already know where you guys are, or how you're doing, I guess is a better way to say it. Okay, so we're starting off with the Sun card. Now, starting off with the Sun card this is like one of the best cards you can get. It's literally a good card upright and in reverse. This is a card of things are going to happen the way you want them to. Things are going to be happening, just happening. I don't know. This is the Leo card. This is kind of like a youthful energy, vibrance, positivity, optimism, faith, knowing things are going to be good, knowing things are going to work out in your favor. What you want, you will manifest. This is all things Leo, okay? This is the sun. This is creativity. This is childlike energy. This is memories. These are anything that has to do with happiness. This is where you are at right now. Even if things around you aren't perfectly like this is your energy as of now, Pisces, okay? A very, very good energy. The only thing, or this isn't even a challenge, but the only thing that goes with the Sun card is making that vibrant energy that you already have within yourself, or you're already exuding with this Leo card. The only thing that you have to do is try to make that contagious and try to basically spread your happiness to other people and make sure that energy is contagious, okay? That's the only thing you have to worry about with this. This could also mean that a Leo is in your life, and we did have this fire card here, but it seemed like it was something going on with that. I'm not sure if it is, but I do want to say that you guys may be dealing with a Leo, or at least someone in your life is exhibiting those behaviors. But it is upright, so I do think that this is someone turning over a new leaf, or maybe coming out of the dark after that Capricorn devilish feelings that you guys were having. This could have also just been kind of letting go of whatever addiction or obsession that person had, that fire sign that I think that's what it was. I think, if I'm not mistaken, something told me to say this, but I think it's a fire sign dealing with an air sign. But I think that whatever was happening between the two ended because they were both chasing after desire that wasn't there, or it wasn't really substantial in its substance. Does that make sense? Okay, so back to the present. So we have the Sun card, very, very good. This could also just be talking about the Leo around you, or the fire sign around you, but I do think it is Leo if there is a fire sign around you. We have the Six of Wands here. Six of Wands is about appreciation from others. This is basically another another card that Leos would love if you are dealing with the Leo. This is getting appreciation from others. This is getting like the applause from others, people showing gratitude towards you. This is all fire signs though, because this is a wand card. But do keep in mind that whatever this is good energy because it's positivity coming from others. Now, the only downside that I could say with that is when people notice that you're doing good or you're doing better than them, sometimes they can start to get a little jealous. Do I think this is what's happening? Not necessarily, but when people do see things happening for someone else, it is kind of human nature for at least a few out of that bunch to start being jealous, even if they don't realize it. So be on the lookout for that, especially because with the Sun card, you're being super, super optimistic, very fiery energy, very fun, very vibrant. And sometimes you can miss, you're so, lighthearted and you're so sunshiny, you might miss the dark shadows that lurk around as well. So just be careful of that. But honestly, I don't see anything bad happening right now. This is also a symbol for me that things are going to come to the light, and it could come from a person who was not necessarily in the situation, but they had eyes on the situation. So kind of like a witness or a friend, someone who's not necessarily in it, so they're not biased to what's going on, but they do see what's happening from an outside perspective, but they have enough care to actually tell you. Does that make sense? So they're close to you, or they may be close to the person that it's dealing with, but they're not in the situation. We also have the Five of Pentacles here. So this is a time of meditation. This is a time of cutting back and kind of getting more into yourself and understanding what it is that you need help on, or what it is that you're vulnerable at this time. these issues can stem from, this can be childhood issues, or this could just be little things that you need to work on now. It isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it is a time of needing something or needing guidance. And a lot of times this is a time when you're really hitting rock bottom, or at least I know for me, this is like the type of energy it is. You hit rock bottom, you're like, okay, what can I do now? What else is there? And faith, if you have faith, there's always something that something is always out there wanting to help. You just have to kind of, for me, it's my pride sometimes. Or for other people, it may just be, believing that there is someone that is trying to help, or just simply not knowing. Some people just don't know about spiritual things, and they don't understand that there's always help. The universe is always looking out for you, only if you become aware of what's happening around you. Nonetheless, this is a beautiful card because it's upright, and it also means whatever it is that you're trying to seek out as far as guidance, you will achieve that. You will receive that, whether it's from angels, guides, spirits, other people, I don't know, the internet, just figuring out what to do about certain things. Guidance is coming, basically, is what that's saying. Now, I'm going to go into the future, the energy for the future card. Sorry. It's been just weird, you guys. My Gemini has been kicking in really hard lately. I'm not really sure why. I am a Gemini rising, for those who don't know, so I have a lot of Gemini traits, and I've just been kind of just spacey, and I don't know, like, I've been having lots of downloads, but I'm just like, okay, like, I'm just going with the wind right now. Okay, so your future energy, this is just going to show me things that I need to tell you to be aware of, and, whether it's good or bad, I guess just depends on what's going on in your life in particular. But we're going to see for Pisces. Okay. I wanted to take that, but I don't know if it was like which way it was, so I'm going to leave that alone. Okay. Pisces. Energy to look out for, situations to look out for Pisces in July 2018. Okay. Okay, what to look out for. Alrighty. So first off, I do want to say, just looking at your spread in general, there is, in each row, so the past, present, and future, there are one major arcana, but there's always also in each of those lines, there's also a person. So I think a lot of what's going on has to do with your surroundings, whether that's people, places, energy, whatever it is, environments, thought processes that you're having, egos around you, whatever it is. I do think that at least right now for Pisces, it's going to evolve around your surroundings, okay? Whatever that means for you, whether it's good or bad, surroundings are everything right now. Okay, so the first card we have is the Knight of Cups in reverse, sorry. This is someone, when I see this card, I feel like it's someone who is very, very watery. Obviously, this is like a watery energy, but this is more of like, I want to say Pisces, or if not Pisces, Cancer. This is someone who's very intuitive. This is someone who normally is very fun to be around, wants to make everyone smile, very huggy type of, affectionate type of person. But when it's in reverse, this is a person who's very manipulative, and this is someone who has emotional intelligence, but they're using it for the wrong things. They're using it to hurt people in life, whether they realize it or not. They're using it to get what they want, but when they do that, it's not necessarily something that is beneficial to other people, and it hurts other people, but that person doesn't care because he's like, well, I already got what I wanted from this. So be aware of manipulation of any type emotionally, whether it's you doing it, Pisces, or whether it's someone else, okay? But I do think whoever this is, it says someone who has emotional ties to you. So this could be you, meaning that you're emotionally invested in yourself. So you're going to have motives to make sure you're always looking out for yourself. maybe feeling paranoid that you can't trust anyone, and so you start acting like a water sign who is imbalanced, right? So you start manipulating, or you can start being using people's emotions for your own benefit, and that's not always good, especially because that's not as a water sign what you're here to do. Um, Basically using your powers for evil, okay? Or if this is someone else and they have ties to you emotionally, like maybe you're emotionally invested in them and you love them, or they see that you are invested in them in some type of way, and they could use your emotions against you. So whichever way you feel like it's happening, or whichever way you start to feel, because as a water sign, that's what you do, you fill out situations, right? So really tap into that now. We are in Cancer season, but we will be going into Leo season. I'm so excited. Very, very soon. And so people are going to be being really bold with their actions, doing things that they want. You know, especially towards August, you know, there's going to be a lot of pressure. There's going to be a lot of things happening, a lot of action, a lot of doing, a lot of stopping, a lot of things happening. So the best thing to do right now for you, water, is to make sure you're surrounding yourself with those who are actually going to fuel your fire in the right way. But yeah, I do see this person, whoever it is, they have a tie to you, and it could be a situation where it's not even you, but it could be like just in their life they're unbalanced, and so they're using your emotional ways against you. So just be on the lookout for it. Doesn't mean this person is a bad person, but I do feel like whoever it is, whether it's you or them, they will become manipulative if you don't nip it in the bud. Okay. Another energy to look out for is the Nine of Wands. So this is like hesitating and not going after what you already know you need to do. This is already having things in order, already having things set up, but you're like afraid to go for it. Basically, everything is set up, all your soldiers are ready, but you're afraid to go to war. This energy is very stagnating. This is the opposite of what fire is. It's fire because it's it has a plan and it's wanting to put it in action, but it's not fire because it's thinking too much. It's stopping. It's like, oh, but what about this? What about this? What about this? And this isn't fire energy because it's kind of like, okay, well, we can't do it. Fire is about going into action and doing something, whether it's prepared or not. And this is like being prepared, but you're like, but I'm missing something, or maybe I shouldn't. If you feel something, okay, Pisces, like just kind of listen to it, but make sure whatever you're feeling, one, make sure it's benefiting the masses that matter. Okay, I can't stress that enough. And then also make sure that whatever it is that you're having second thoughts on, figure out if you're making those emotions, if you're attaching those emotions to something that's logical, or if it's actually something that you need to look at. So basically just check behind yourself and make sure whatever it is that you're starting to feel emotional about, make sure there's a reason of feeling emotional behind it, and also make sure that you're acting out of your own choice and not reacting to what someone else did. Okay. And then also the last energy to look out for is the World card in reverse. Okay, so this is not having things in balance. This is not you not being balanced, essentially having people around you who are making you feel like your world is upside down and really it's just theirs. So really checking, like I said, double checking, going back and checking after yourself, checking after people around you, checking the energies around you, checking your goals, seeing if you're actually going after and doing things, and checking those who say that they care. Make sure that the people you're around are not people that are disposable. You, as a water sign, it's easy for you guys to connect to others very well, but there's also a time and a place to connect with certain people. And if you don't remember that, you're going to be dealing with the wrong energies at the wrong time. Okay, like you guys have that emotional intelligence, but if you're not using your radar correctly, what's the point of having it? You know what I mean? Okay, so let's see if I'm just going to do some clarification cards. What is this double card here for? What is that representing? And for what was going on for Pisces? There we go. Okay, so with this double card, I clarified it, and we got the Tower card. So this is something that maybe you weren't expecting. It was a sudden change. Maybe it was a sudden shift, something you did not plan for, and it had to deal with whatever this fire's person was, and I guess something happened, something deceptive, and that's what the double energy was there for. It was like you needed this change because things weren't happening, so universe was like, okay, look, I'm just gonna push it because you're not doing anything about it, so I'm going to. We've talked about this, Pisces. Like, it happens. Sometimes you get caught up and you get stuck. I get it, but we talked about this. You can't allow things like that to happen, because universe, especially if you've already had issues with this before, doesn't mean that, you know, you've learned your lesson. But at the same time, when it comes to things, especially things that have already kind of played out before, if you do not make a move, universe will do that for you. It's kind of like, okay, you're gonna play checkers, you're gonna play chess, but you're not making any moves, and so universe is like, okay, well, let me just move for you because you're not doing anything. So if that means that one of your people get knocked out on the board, then so be it. But you have to be like, I don't know, if you're gonna play the game, you have to be like awake for it, okay, Pisces? Like, I can't, like, basically that's what that means. Like, we need you awake, okay? We need you here. But nonetheless, this could have been something obviously that you were not expecting, because it is a Tower card. So don't feel bad about it. This is something that you can't see coming because you don't have any signs for it. That's the meaning of the Tower card. And we have the Capricorn. This is my card for the, well, not my card. This is the card that I see for Capricorn. This is what resonates for me when I think about Capricorns, and it's the Knight of Pentacles. So this is under here too. So this could have also dealt with, again, a vice, or again, maybe that person who is unsteady, like they leave or they come as they go. It could have been a fire sign. It could have been Capricorn. Capricorn is coming up really heavy. But I do think that a Leo is here somewhere. So Leo, Capricorn, and Pisces. What a dynamic trio. Okay, let's see. Uh-oh. I'm going to clarify for this sun energy, just to see, like, you know, if it's dealing with a person or if it's dealing with the energy that you're resonating with right now. What is the sun card representing Pisces now in July? Okay, so we have the Chariot card. Okay, so the Chariot in reverse is what it was giving. This is another major arcana card. So this is basically like dead on, like hitting the nail dead on. Listen, today's not the day. But okay, so the Chariot card in reverse, this is saying like maybe your motives aren't, whatever is driving you or whatever is driving your motivation, maybe it's different, or maybe you're starting to feel like you don't know what it is, or maybe you're just going off of your gut now instead of trying to plan out how things are supposed to be working for you. I'm not necessarily sure why, but I do feel the need to say that whatever is driving you, hopefully make sure it's not another person. Make sure if it is a Leo that you're like connected to now all of a sudden, and you're in love with or whatever, make sure they're not driving your decisions. Make sure they're not what you make your decisions based on, okay? Because you're a person just like them. And I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but I feel the need to say that if there is a Leo around you, you're like enamored with them. Maybe not even how they look, but it just could be how they are, and you just love how they are. And it could be vice versa. This person could also be feeling the same way, but I do want to stress that if it is like this infatuation with them, make sure you're giving it time and not just jumping the gun, okay? Because you have time. And even if you don't feel like you do, like, there's no reason to make any rash decisions, because we don't need those problems. Like, we just don't. Let's see. But I do feel like the Leo, whoever it is really, like, chill. Like, they can be fun. But I feel like this Leo really gives you, like, the facade that you need. I feel like they make you feel how you want to be felt, or how you envision your future. I feel like that Leo matches it. Or something. It's something like it just fits, right? It fits. And so you see like a path forming with you and that other person. It doesn't have to be a Leo, but I do think it is. It could be just another fire sign. But whoever it is, they really have you like ready to see what's next for you guys, if that makes any sense. Okay. And I also think that this Leo or whoever it is that it's with, you guys get a lot of attention. You guys are like, you guys just work together. You guys complement each other very well. But that could lead you into trouble if you're not careful, right? Okay, so let's see what this Knight of Cups, like, who is this? Who is the Knight of Cups? What are they exhibiting, or something that I can say that can, help figure out who this person is? We got the Strength card. This is another Leo card. This is the Leo card. So the person that's causing these emotional manipulations could very well be this Leo, or at least this person who exhibits that type of energy. This is someone who could be very draining towards you, or actually be controlling with you. Someone that you normally feel safe around, but sometimes it goes haywire, and you start to feel like, "What the fuck? You're supposed to be my like security person, and you're turning into the attacker itself." You know what I mean? Um, so definitely a lot of heavy Leo energy here. So I do think you're dealing with a Leo, whether you know it or not. This could be their sun sign, or also just like their rising sun, their rising sign. So be aware of that. So yeah, that emotional like imbalance thing, I do think is happening with the Leo.